Welcome guys, in this tutorial we want to talk about fractions and how you calculate with terms. So how do you approach it? First of all, you will have to find the domain. Why do you need to find the domain? So first of all, it's most likely that you will have a task where you need to find the domain in combination with solving the simplification. So this is point number one, why you want to calculate the domain or why you want to find it out. Second thing is the denominator can never be zero, and you want to make sure that you don't try to mess around with the denominators and then get a result which is actually equal to zero. So you want to find out first, okay, this is something that won't work out, so that you are prepared for the further calculations. And as I already mentioned in my last sentence, you will need it for the following steps as well. So better find the domain first. How do you find the domain? It's basically you use the denominator, so I will use this first denominator now, and you will write down 4y squared minus 16 equal to 0. So, I mean, it's obvious, you don't want it to be 0, so you find out what you have to put in to get 0. So you rewrite it first, or the square root of this would be either minus 2 or 2. So now we need it for the second denominator as well. So 6y plus 12 or 6y equal to minus 12, y is equal to minus 2. So what does that say about our domain? It says that our domain contains all numbers except of 2 and minus 2. I use these beautiful brackets for that. With this now we can already do the next step, because the next step is that we have to rewrite this into the factored form. So what does it mean rewriting this into the factored form? It means we are going to rewrite the denominators, because in the factored form it is easier for us to calculate and easier to reduce or expand the fractions. But you will see it as soon as I start doing it, what I mean. So first of all, we found out that for this denominator you cannot set y as minus 2 or y as 2. So that means for us that we can write it down this way. So this is basically the factored form. And the same goes for the second fraction. What we have to do now is find the main denominator. How do we do that? First of all, look at what is given, and if you think about it logically, you would say that it is probably easier to expand this, so the second fraction, than reducing the first fraction. So what we do now is we have to look at what is still missing over here, and if there is something we need to do to both to get to the right result. So first of all, 4 and 6 is not the same. That means we first need to set both equally. How do you do that? Well, think of a number that you can multiply both numbers with, so that you get to the same. For example, multiply 4 with 3 will give you 12. Multiply 6 with 2 will give you 12 as well. So what do we see? The first fraction has to be expanded with 3, and the second fraction has to be expanded with 2. Now there's still something missing, because we have 6 times 2 times y plus 2 in brackets in the second denominator. However, in the first one we still have y minus 2. That means for us that we have to expand further with y minus 2. Alright, and now let me just quickly rewrite that. So what you'll see now is that we have the same denominator in the first and in the second fraction, and this means for us that we are already finished. So next step is just, because it's still a term, so we need to do a mathematical operation. So for do the math operation. What does that mean? We have a 3, we see a minus sign, so we just subtract these. This is then what is basically a simplified version of this. However, there's still something you need to do, because we are almost done, but there's the last step, because we need to simplify it further, and it would be better to order it. Because now imagine if you get 1 point for each of these steps, you'll be now at 1, 2, 3 points, but there's still 1 point missing. That means if you do this for 10 tasks, you would lose out on 10 points, which is like 10%. If you have 100 points, so better collect all the points that you need, so that you get a better grade in the end. So 5, so check for simplifications is your last point. And as I said, we actually can simplify it further. So first of all, let me order the numerator. So this is then your final result, and then you can say that you're done with the task. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the other videos on my channel, and if you have any specific question or any specific mathematical problem, let me know in the comments down below, and I will make sure that I go through it and make a video about that.